You don't need to announce your greatness, just build it in silence, because when your work roars, the world has no choice but to listen. I've learned something powerful through my journey, from small town girl to global citizen. It's not the noise you make, but the legacy you leave that defines you. We live in a world obsessed with showing off, posting every step, every move. But real success, it's quiet. It's the grind at 4 a.m. It's the hustle when no one's watching, and then, one day, you arrive not with noise but with impact. Work silent, result loud is not just a motto, it's a mindset. It means letting your actions speak louder than your words. It's about building your empire brick by brick, without tweeting every stone you lay. Why? Because energy spent showing off is energy not spent growing. Because those who are truly committed don't need applause during the process. They're waiting for the standing ovation at the end. Remember this. Diamonds are formed in silence under pressure, hidden deep. And when they emerge, they shine so bright, the world stares in awe. So stop proving, start improving. Stay silent, stay focused. Let your results break the silence, because when your work is loud enough, you won't need to say a word. In a world where everyone is constantly broadcasting their lives, achievements, and ambitions, the ability to remain silent and focused has become a rare superpower. Silence isn't about muting your voice, it's about mastering your energy. It's about reserving your strength for what truly matters, your work, your growth, and your transformation. When you're silent, you're not distracted by the noise around you. You're not chasing likes, applause, or validation. You're tuned into your purpose. That silence becomes your sacred space, a place where ideas take shape, discipline is born, and grit is cultivated. It allows you to listen deeply to yourself, to trust your instincts, and to build without interference. Silence helps you observe more, learn more, and refine your craft without the pressure of performance. It removes the ego from the process. You don't have to prove anything to anyone because you know the value of what you're becoming. You learn to stop seeking attention and start seeking mastery. And the truth is, silence often intimidates people because it speaks of focus, of confidence, of someone who doesn't need to shout to be seen. That's where real power lies. When you're working silently, you're unpredictable. People don't see you coming, and that's the beauty of it. By the time your results speak, it's not just loud, it's undeniable. Silence teaches resilience, it makes you patient, it prepares you for a breakthrough without broadcasting your every step. And when that breakthrough comes, it feels like an explosion. Not because you were loud all along, but because the silence before it made the result thunder. So the next time you feel like shouting your plans or proving your worth, pause. Let your silence carry your strength. Let your work do the talking. In a culture obsessed with recognition, praise can become dangerously addictive. The moment we begin to crave applause more than progress, we lose sight of why we started in the first place. But the truth is, the process, the long, often unseen journey, is where greatness is built. The real magic doesn't happen on stage. It happens in the grind, the practice, the lonely hours when no one is watching. Choosing process over praise means falling in love with improvement, not validation. It's about being proud of the effort, even when no one acknowledges it. Because when you focus on the process, you control what you can, your habits, your discipline, your attitude. Praise, on the other hand, is external. It's fleeting and often misleading. It can create a false sense of accomplishment before the real work is done. When you're committed to the process, you don't need the spotlight. You're too busy sharpening your skills, learning from your failures, and preparing for your moment. You become a student of growth rather than a prisoner of approval. There's also a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've done the work. You stop comparing yourself to others because you're too focused on your own path. That internal validation becomes stronger than any compliment from the outside. And ironically, when you prioritize the process, praise often comes as a byproduct, expected but deeply earned. The world notices the consistency, the mastery, the results that come from your daily dedication. So don't just chase the end goal, chase the habits that will get you there. Celebrate progress over popularity, respect the journey more than the recognition. Because the ones who commit to the process are the ones who eventually earn the kind of praise that actually matters, lasting, meaningful, and real. There's a certain power in letting your results speak for you. In a world full of noise, where people constantly promote their potential, broadcast their dreams, and overpromise with little delivery, results cut through the chaos. They're undeniable, unarguable, and far louder than words could ever be. When you focus on action instead of attention, you build credibility that no speech can manufacture. Talking about what you're going to do is easy, anyone can do that. But actually doing it consistently, quietly, and without needing approval takes discipline, patience, and inner strength. That's what separates the talkers from the doers. Letting your results speak means you don't waste energy trying to prove your worth through words or appearances. You allow the quality of your work to define you. You let your achievements be the evidence of your dedication, your expertise, and your vision. This mindset demands that you deliver, not just promise. There's also a deeper satisfaction in surprising people with excellence rather than trying to convince them of your potential. When results show up before anyone expected them, they command respect. They don't ask for attention. They earn it. And here's the thing. Real results are visible, measurable, and lasting. They stay even after the noise fades. They open doors, attract the right people, and build a reputation rooted in substance. So stay grounded in your work. Trust that when you consistently show up, when you put in the hours and give it your all, the outcome will speak volumes. You won't need to shout, you won't need to explain, because success, when it finally arrives, speaks so loudly that even the doubters can't ignore it. Results are your voice, stronger, clearer, and far more powerful than anything you could say. What people see on the outside, success, confidence, mastery, is just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath it lies something far less glamorous but infinitely more important, discipline behind the scenes. It's the quiet force that drives every achievement, the invisible engine powering all visible success. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, especially when no one is watching. It's choosing structure over spontaneity, long-term goals over short-term comfort. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices no one claps for. While others sleep in, scroll endlessly, or give in to distractions, the disciplined are already moving forward. Slowly, steadily, silently. This behind-the-scenes commitment is what sets achievers apart. Because when the lights come on and the world starts paying attention, the disciplined are already ready. Their preparation shows, their effort speaks. And it looks effortless not because it was, but because the hard work was done long before anyone noticed. Discipline builds habits, and habits shape identity. It gives you control when motivation fades. It keeps you focused when the path gets hard. Most importantly, it builds trust in yourself. You start believing in your own ability to deliver, not just once, but over and over again. The irony is that the most powerful work often happens away from the spotlight. No one sees the rehearsal, the rewrites, the failures, the doubts, but that's where the real foundation is laid. So don't wait for recognition. Don't rely on adrenaline. Build your strength in private. Set the standard when no one's watching, because when discipline becomes your default, success becomes inevitable, and by the time the world sees your results, they'll have no idea how much silent strength it took to get there. But you'll know, and that will be more than enough. In a world where image often overshadows substance, choosing impact over image is a bold and rare commitment. We live in an era where it's easier to look successful than to be successful. Social media rewards presentation more than preparation, and many fall into the trap of curating a life they're not actually living. But real fulfillment doesn't come from how others perceive you. It comes from the difference you make. Impact means results. It means creating something that lasts, that moves people, that adds value. It's not about likes, filters, or polished impressions. It's about doing meaningful work that leaves a footprint, even if no one's watching. When you chase image, you're chasing attention. When you chase impact, you're chasing purpose. The truth is, image can be fake, impact cannot. You can rent the car, fake the lifestyle, post the perfect shot. But if your work has no depth, the illusion eventually fades. On the other hand, if your focus is on making a real difference, whether it's in your career, your art, your relationships, or your community, people will feel it. And more importantly, you'll feel it. Choosing impact means being willing to grow in the shadows. It means prioritizing development over decoration. It means showing up when it's inconvenient, doing the hard work when there's no applause, and staying authentic when trends push you to conform. Eventually, impact builds a legacy, one that lasts longer than any viral moment. So don't worry about how it looks, worry about what it changes. Build value, not vanity. Let people remember you for what you did, not just how you appeared. Because in the end, the world doesn't need more perfect images. It needs more people brave enough to make a difference. Success is rarely instant. In fact, most of the victories that look sudden from the outside are the result of quiet, relentless effort behind the scenes. Patience and persistence are two of the most underrated qualities in a fast-paced world that celebrates quick wins and overnight fame. But real growth doesn't follow a shortcut. It follows a slow, steady path marked by resilience and unwavering belief. Patience allows you to endure the waiting, the setbacks, the moments of doubt. It teaches you to trust the timing of your life, even when the results aren't immediate. It reminds you that every delay isn't a denial, it's often preparation. Patience keeps you grounded, focused on the long-term vision when everything around you screams for instant gratification. Persistence, on the other hand, is your fuel. It's the voice that says, try again, after failure. It's the reason you keep showing up even when it's hard, even when motivation fades. While others give up when things get tough, persistence drives you to keep moving forward, inch by inch, day by day. Together, patience and persistence create a powerful force. One without the other isn't enough. Patience without persistence leads to passivity. Persistence without patience can lead to burnout. But when they work hand in hand, they become the foundation of lasting success. Every goal worth chasing will test your endurance. There will be moments when you feel stuck, invisible, or discouraged. That's when these two qualities matter most. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Even if progress is slow, it's still progress. Eventually, the breakthrough comes, and when it does, it feels earned, because it is. The world may not have seen the struggle, but your patience and persistence made it possible. And nothing is more rewarding than that.